he was only getting better.
He was damaged goods, you saying? Okay. Cool.
That's crazy.
All right.
That's crazy. We had the best O-line in the league, too. For like
That was a first.
I mean, and 19.
Since Peyton. I
see how Teague like to press my button. See, it's okay. Look. It's a marathon.
That's right. Run your race, kid.
He trying to get me.
Run your race.
Nah.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Dang, man, I thought this was a joke. I literally thought when 520 was on that Patreon episode and B-Hand said that they were bringing in Zaire, I thought it was a joke. They were serious. Zaire was serious. But it only took 5 minutes for me to realize he made the correct decision. God damn it. And Joe does this often, too, so this could be an Elevator Reacts video, but this really ties into Joe, so we'll keep it JBP Elevated. Joe, you fumbled, man. You fumbled. And you're going to see in about 4 or 5 months, because I feel that they're going to use Zaire in season to get him to speak on the perspective of an NFL player in season. You could have had NFL analysts and you already had an NFL analyst in-house, but you weren't looking at it like that. For whatever reason, Joe likes to bring people on that have strengths in certain areas and not utilize them in those areas. He has Zaire on the pod, and not once were we talking about football. They would bring it up. We know you're Pro Bowl or All-Pro. We know you're cold. You know you led the league in tackles. But they were talking about him. Zaire is a fan of the game. I'm in the league. I'm cool with most of the players in the league. And I love talking football. But for whatever reason, you have me over here talking about what we do when we go to the strip club. And yes, Joe is smart because we do want to hear the perspective of the player outside of the field or off the field. We want to see who he is as a person. But you have to use what he's the greatest at first. And now I'm giving Joe credit for trying to speak on sports because there's an angle that he's going at. And if you haven't paid attention, it's happening all over the current ecosystem. All the top dogs are signing with these betting companies. I don't know if they're getting equity stake in these betting companies, but they're signing big wig deals with these betting companies like they used to do with Spotify. It's happening all over again. It's a shift. So sports is the wave right now, and Joe already had someone in football, in the NFL on his squad, but he wasn't utilizing them to their fullest potential. Like I said, in 5 minutes on Club 520, Jeff Teague was talking about all the things that would push buttons on Zaire and would get him to show his greatest strengths. So he was defending everybody from the Colts. He was defending Andrew Luck. He was defending his team after Peyton Manning left, while showing the side of him that, oh, this was a great signing, because he was funny in his retorts to Jeff. He was shooting at Jeff. He was able to get Jeff to laugh and smile more than I've ever seen Teague smile on that podcast, in one sitting at least. So he's already about to show that he's going to be a star player on that field and on that turf. But seeing this happen with Zaire and seeing him leave and he's about to flourish, it makes me look at Mel. It makes me look at Flip. My strength as Melissa Ford is the Hollywood industry. We may not give her the credit. She may not be a great actress, but she's acclimated with all these actors and actresses, has stories with them, a la the same type of stories Mark Lamont Hill has with them. And for whatever reason, you let Mark Lamont Hill get his stories off, but not Melissa. You could have been at the Met Gala. You could have been at all these events, these fashion events that y'all already cover on the show. You could have had an inside scoop on it if you would have let Melissa flourish. But she's not going to even want to give you that scoop, because every time I bring up anything in this department, you shut it down. All my strengths that I try to speak on, you shut it down. Because I remember initially when she came and she was actually talking on the pod, she was getting her takes off about movies, and she still tries to do movie recaps, and Joe shuts her down. she was talking about her experiences with actors and actresses, and then they started clowning on her for knowing said people. Like, Melissa Ford knows Leonardo DiCaprio, and they're like, why the fuck do you know Leonardo DiCaprio, as opposed to what did you do to meet him, or why do you know him, and why do y'all hang out? Whatever. That could have been a story. Same as Mark Lamont Hill. There's things. It's funny to me how much Mark Lamont Hill is able to do that other co-hosts can't do or are afraid to do because Joe might tell him something. And Joe tells Mark not to do certain things too, but Mark still does it. Just today, Mark had a political take. Joe's like, oh, God, I don't want to hear it. The same thing he does to Melissa in Queen's Flip. And Mark was like, come on, man, it's just going to take 10 seconds. And this is literally what I do outside of this. All right, bet. That's all it took. So I don't want to blame it on Mark that he's able to do things that they can't. They just shut down when they're told no. No, nigga, this is what I'm good at. Y'all are telling me right now, stop speaking about sports. No, nigga, this is what I'm good at. Eventually, it's going to catch on. So I'm going to keep speaking on it. But you have to be able to take that L. You got to be able to take the admonishment that comes with that at first before you're established in that department. So I can't look at Zaire in the same way that I'm speaking on Melissa and Queens in this example, because he wasn't there like that. I'm just an associate. I'm not, or an affiliate, I should say. I'm not officially on the pod. Y'all are, though. And Queens Flip literally changed his whole persona to fit in on the JVP, which sounds crazy when you say it like that, but that's what happened. So Joe will bring these people and not let them utilize their strengths, but I'm seeing Mark Lamont Hill prove me wrong, so it's hard to gauge this situation. But Joe fumbled, and he's about to see that fumble in about 2 or 3 months, because NFL season is about to kick off, and Club 520, who does not speak football, who does not play football, are about to cover football, and they're about to get to their all around the year podcast time. A lot of people, especially these sports podcasts, will have to take breaks. They can't go year round, and they found a way to circumvent that solely by signing Zaire Franklin, who was on your network. That's crazy to me. That's crazy, and it's a big fumble that none of us are speaking on. And hopefully another fumble didn't just get made, because I'm still wondering where this new female or woman co-host is at. I'm still wondering that. We about a week in September. We already know she's not going to be on Patreon, so that's 3 more days. What's going on, man? Am I being paranoid? Am I putting too much into this? Or is something really happening behind the scenes? It should already be clear as day, because we see what's going on with Melissa and JBP. Queen's Flip just said right now in a tweet that he's going through shit. What the fuck is happening? I don't know. I don't want to say business is shaky. I really don't. And that's not my position or perspective. But something is happening. Something is happening. We're not watching the JVP implode, right? Of course not. But something is happening. I don't know. I just wanted to speak on it, but I appreciate all the support y'all been showing your boy. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rock it. You already know what it is over here. Peace.